guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, we're doing Tim Burton makeup. So first we're starting off with the brows. What I like to do is take a thin wet brush and go in with black eyeshadow. For the Tim Burton eyebrows, we're going to start at the top of your brows. Do a little swoop to kind of give it that frowny look that most of his characters have. Now you can kind of fix them however you like. If you want them a little thinner or a little thicker, it's totally up to you, but this is what they look like. Now we're going in with concealer to clean up the brows. For concealer, I use the Rimmel London Multitasker Concealer in the shade 010. I'll be leaving the links to the products I use down in the description. Okay, so now we're just going to carve out the brows and clean up any rough edges. You want to make sure the brows look sharp and not soft to give it that Tim Burton effect. Now to blend the concealer, you'll need a small fluffy brush, but not too fluffy to make sure it really blends well. If you accidentally get concealer on your brows, don't worry, you can always fix them up. Okay, so this is what the finished brows look like. Now we're going in with the base makeup. For foundation, I use the new Marcel Skin Caring 2-in-1 Soothing Foundation and Concealer, which apparently doesn't have a shade number, but just use whatever shade works for you. So now I'm putting my concealer on my cheeks, nose, chin, and then I'm going in with my foundation in little areas around my face. Now it's time to blend. I recommend wetting your beauty blender to get a smoother base, but it's not necessary. So now you're just going to blend in your concealer and foundation and make sure you bring it down to your neck as well to give it a smoother look. Now onto the nose contour. I'm using the Shiny Color Runway 96 color eyeshadow palette. This is the first time I'm using this palette and I had to go over the colors like 20 times for it to really show up. So I'd suggest using more pigmented palette, but if for any reason you can't, wetting the brush before you would apply it always works for me. For the eyeshadow, I'm going in with a fluffy brush around my eyes, specifically my under eyes, to give that dead tired look, and in my eye crease. I'm using the same palette for the nose contour, but if you want to use something more pigmented, you are totally free to do so. I'm using a combination of browns and reds, purples and grays to really give it that spooky dead effect. Now on the eyelids, I'm going in with a shimmery silver eyeshadow to make the eyes appear bigger. I'm also adding highlighter to my inner corners, my nose bridge, and the tip of my nose. Now I'm going in with a black eyeliner / lip pencil around the eyes. Make sure you're not putting it on your waterline, but just below it. Now for the waterline, you're going to take a thin brush with a little bit of concealer and place it on your waterline. You can use a white eyeliner pencil, this is just what works for me. The white waterline really gives the eyes that doll-like look. Now I'm going over my under eyes with brown and black eyeshadow to make the eyes pop. For the mascara, I'm using the Voluminous Original Mascara on my top and bottom lashes. For the eyeliner, I'm using a liquid eyeliner with a hard applicator. You can use any eyeliner you have. I got this one at the dollar store. I'm doing a small wing starting from the end of my eye in a straight line, going up, then I'm bringing it to the center of my eyelid and tracing the rest of my top lid. For the inner corner, you're going to trace the corner of your eye, rounding it out to give your eyes that doll shape. For for the lips, I'm going in with the same black eyeliner lip liner pencil to shape my lips how I want them. I personally like to overline my cupid's bow, but you can do whatever you feel looks best on you. Now I'm going in with black and brown eyeshadow for my lips. All you need to do is just fill in your lips and try to blend in the eyeshadow with the eyeliner. Now I'm going in with highlighter on the tip of my nose bridge, and my inner corner. Now onto the lashes. So basically what I like to do is take a Q-tip and put the glue on the Q-tip first, then apply it to my lash lid and the lash strips so that it's less messy. Once you've applied your lashes, you can go ahead and squeeze them together with your natural lashes to make sure that they are on. Now, before I show you the final look, I'm just going to be fixing up a couple things like my nose contour, highlighter, and bronzer. Okay guys, this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!